Okay, so I'm going to make my first video here. Welcome. And there is nothing in particular that has inspired me to make this video. I didn't plan on making videos, but I've just run across something in my life where it's just beyond my personal ability to believe, and I just wanted to share it with some other people and see if anyone feels the same way. So recently, I went to visit some people in the city of Toronto. I don't want to tell too much of the story because I don't want to sound like I'm creating an excuse for myself. I drove to Toronto. I visited these people. I got back in the car and I went to go home. I live in London. Uh, these people live in Toronto, so it was kind of intimidating for me. I'm a reasonably new driver, not 100% confident with highways. Driving into a city like Toronto, my first time. See, there I am. I sound like I'm making an excuse. I don't mean to be making an excuse, and I actually I have a lot to pat myself on the back for because I think I did very well, considering the volume of traffic is quite a bit more than I'm used to dealing with. Let's just put it that way. Um, So I went through that visit. It was a very pleasant visit to the city of Toronto. I appreciated it all. I enjoyed myself, and then I came home, and I guess I was a little bit careless, and I did not notice a 40 kilometer an hour zone. I did not reduce my speed, so but they have a robot that'll click and get a picture of your license plate and just mail you a ticket, probably auto-generated. I mean, it does have a where the heck is it? It's right here. So they send you a. I'm not going to show you the exact thing. A picture of the back of your car, back of your vehicle. It displays your information, the time at which you were there, and bears the signature of somebody, but it's an auto-generated signature. So I think they just churn these things out, mail them to your house, and you know, I can't argue with that. I was distracted. I was driving too quickly in a zone where it is important to reduce your speed because pedestrians are frequent. I think it was right by a park. I don't know. Maybe it was near a school. I don't think there was a school immediately there, but probably because of the park, they want people to reduce their speed a little bit. Reasonable request. I am a guest in the city. I should respect their rules. Okay, fair enough. Send me a ticket. I mean, my automatic instinct was not exactly that, but that's how I've come to think of it. Fair enough. So I would like to pay this ticket. I've personally made the decision that I don't want to use credit to pay for a penalty, and therefore increase the penalty itself, right? Like I just want to be done with it. So I'd like to mail them a check, and it is one of the options I have. I do have limited options in this circumstance, but one of them is mailing a check. So I've decided that I'd like to do that. So I've prepared a check. And there's a form here. I'm going to show you the back of the form because the only relevant thing here is the size. This form is a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Okay, so I think I have everything I need here in order to do this. So you're going to get to witness me actually paying this fine. So there are a couple of other sheets of paper that are here in case you want to argue with the ticket. You need to have a right of appeal, so it's encoded in this. Let's not talk about the underlying justice. Let's just talk about the process. So these are to be discarded. So I've got here, I believe I am to include the sheet of paper because I am to sign. So I have this sheet of paper that I've signed, and I have this check. I'm ready to put them in the envelope, okay? So I'm going to fold both of these things up. Here they are. Now I'm going to use the convenient envelope that they provided. Okay, the envelope and the letter. Okay, so I thought to myself, okay, well, maybe maybe what I'm supposed to do is fold it in half. So I'm going to try folding it in half. Okay, so I'm taking the check here and I'm taking the piece of paper and I'm folding it in half because it looks like that should be about the length of the envelope. Okay, well that's, oh, you can't see it there. Yeah, so it looks like that should fit in the length of the envelope. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in here. I folded it in half once and the envelope doesn't quite, I can't close it. So, okay, I'm not a master of origami, but maybe, okay, maybe if I fold it from here a little bit down, I mean, I don't really want to fold the check, but you can see maybe in here that the check is just situated there so that I could fold this part down. So now what I'm going to do is and this is insane. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this part down. Okay, so see now you have it. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. So now you have it neatly folded in here, and I folded this. You know, why not skip a step? I mean, maybe this could be the envelope itself. The form itself could be the envelope. I think it might be slightly easier than trying to use this envelope to encase this. But anyhow, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it down first so that the check is kind of held in this little thing. And then I'm going to fold it over. And then, yeah, you really got to fold it hard here. See, I'm helping you to develop a very important skill, and that is the skill of fitting this in the envelope. So then, there we go. Problem solved. That really is a hoop to jump through. That very, you know, sizing these things up and trying to get the geometry of paying this fine has been a real exercise, and I just thought I would share that with the world. I don't know where they got, like, this has to be a special order size of envelope. This is not even a standard envelope. So this envelope is the product of a conscious decision to use precisely this size of envelope. Like somebody at the Ontario, Toronto Court Services has to go and get on the horn to somebody who produces envelopes and say, yes, we'll take the ones that are completely inadequate for any size of paper known to the human race, with the exception of you might be able to put a recipe card in here. So I guess that creates the question, why is this not the size of a recipe card if we're going to use a recipe card size type of envelope, even going to the great trouble of having an attractive pattern there on the inside of the envelope. I find this stunning. Sometimes I notice these things about the world, and I thank you for allowing me to share this with you tonight. Enjoy your evening.